Hi, welcome to OMAT. I'm glad you're here. We're going to get mindful. Mindful just means we're going to get aware. Now, are you aware of your state right now? Because if you're in an emergency, hang up, deal with it. But if you're not, stop telling your body that you are. Every time we do that, when we go into our past and dwell on it and try to change it in our minds, or when we look to the future and make up imaginary threats, our body does not know that it's actually not happening. Our body is listening to our mind and then bracing for impact. You feel yourself getting tense when you think of those things. And I know we say, hey, reflect on the past. That's so we can get the lessons. So we reflect quickly to get the lessons. We look to the future to set our goals, but we do not dwell there. Dwelling there could actually make us sick. So let's get into this time. Get out of the time traveling brain and get into the present. What does the present look like? How could I even get into the present? Aren't I here? Isn't that present? Getting into that present, matching the body with the mind. One of the techniques that you could use is to look around and notice 5 things, simple things like I see a camera, I see a light, I see envelopes. As we name those things, we get grounded and we realize, hey, this is what I'm doing right now. And as we stay in this present time, we can see a little more clearly the next right step. And let's get into it. Let's get into our gratitude. What does that mean? Well, we just practiced noticing. So as we continue to practice, we can practice noticing what we can be grateful for. We are practicing all kinds of things. Everything that we practice turns into a habit. When we practice drinking water, that's a habit. When we practice staying present, that becomes a habit. Now we're going to practice noticing what we can be grateful for, and then it becomes a habit. Let's see what we can see by looking right now. Let's wrap for now and have some water. Now, if you don't like the list that you came up with, or you couldn't come up with a list, if you don't like what happened in that last minute, we can't go back in time and change it. So we're going to practice drinking the water and moving on, going to the next. And here it is, it's meditation. Sometimes meditation is just a longer inhale and a longer exhale. And as we're practicing doing that, our mind is focusing and we are practicing focusing. And as we lose that focus, we get that muscle by bringing it back. Let's practice sitting in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, breathe. As we come back, have some water, be in the practice of having some water, and again, the practice of moving on. The practice of writing. We don't always know what to write. Professional writers don't always know what to write. That's why we're practicing. We're using the muscle. Every time we use a muscle, we develop it, it gets stronger. Let's practice our writing muscle by writing anything right now. Let's wrap for now. Practice moving forward with the water. Let it help transition. Let it help you let go of whatever you wrote. How do you let it go? Practice a mindset that says, I am done thinking of that and I'm practicing moving away. It helps to get physical. Let's get into our stretch. And the sun salutation is just a series of poses. If you want to do some or all or add your own, the key is to move as slowly as possible, and your body will tell you, oh, that's too far. Oh, get your right shoulder in there. It will let you know. Let's move slow. Stand if you can stand, and inhale the arms up. Nice deep inhale, look up, and fold forward. Now we're hanging over our feet, and even just these two poses change the way I am, change my mind. And if you want to repeat those, great. If not, let's keep going. Let's halfway lift, flat back, look up. Let's get into our high plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back, and lower all the way down to the ground. And push against the floor, and your head comes up, chest comes up, look up. Let's meet in down dog. Hips up into an upside down V with the body. Heels as close to the ground as we can get. And walk forward towards your hands as then start rising up nice and slow. We're not in a rush. Meet the palms above the head when you're ready. Exhale them down to the center of the chest. For me, I like to hold the end pose and I like to hold the down dog a little bit. If you experience something different, fantastic. Let's have some water. We've already transitioned. Let's get a little more into that muscles, into that plank pose. Don't think about it. Get in the ready position that you need to be in. Get your mindset in it. We're only going to get up in plank. After that, we'll see. Let's go in 3, 2, 1, up in a plank pose. In this moment, that's what we're doing. We're going to practice doing what the moment asks us for. That's 10 seconds. How do we know what the moment is asking us for? Well, it says plank on your screen. We're talking about plank. We're in a plank pose. Allow that to be this time. That's 20 seconds. If it's getting challenging, try focusing on your breath. Making sure that you are breathing. And for 30 seconds, let's see how you find your strength. When you're feeling like you don't wanna anymore, when you're feeling like you just wanna stop, for 20 seconds, can you find your strength? What does that look like to you? It might mean you're talking to yourself a certain way. It might mean you're humming. It might mean for 10 seconds, you're pushing through, you're finding out how you do that. For 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Come down off your plank and take a moment to catch your breath. I like to be in a child's pose, which means I bent my knees and put my butt on my feet, then reach forward. And find your water, and find a way to keep going. We're going to break some procrastination. We're going to practice that. What would be helpful right now, or what is available, what is manageable. Let's try something, experiment, do it now. Let's wrap for now and find our water. And notice we did what we did. Let's not try to time travel back and change it. Stay in the present. And in the present, we are going to attempt to connect. And this is not easy. It's simple. It's not easy. But if it's too much, make it smaller. Keep making it smaller until it's manageable. Maybe you can only say hello to someone. Maybe you can only pick a person that you want to say something to, and that's as far as you can go today. But make it so small that you give it a go. Let's do it now. Let's wrap for now. Find the water. Maybe notice how you feel when you're trying to connect. What I notice by practicing this is sometimes I can't reach out to someone during the exercise, but I can realize that I have trouble reaching out maybe when I don't have something funny to say. I have trouble reaching out when I don't have something poignant or important or interesting to say. So I have to practice making it smaller. Let's keep going. Let's finish up nice and strong. What does that even mean? Well, practice. Practice. What does it mean for you to do this nice and strong? Let's see. By starting in 3, 2, 1. Move your body. That's all we want right now is to get started. That is the practice right now. So if you started moving and got into your exercise, congratulations. You're 10 seconds in. Now you know how you get started. Now, if you're still seated, move a little bit. See if that changes anything. That's 20 seconds. What we're seeing here is the practice of us working. How hard can you work? How much of a challenge can you take on for 30 seconds? How even with your energy can you stay? Or how much more energy can you put in? Let's try for 20 more seconds. Try by doing. Try by moving and saying, oh, that doesn't feel good. This does feel good. Noticing. All right, let's finish up with 10 seconds, as strong as our body and mind will allow for today. If that's moving slower or faster, that's what it is for now. For 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Great job. Thank you for practicing OMAT.